Welcome back to the Beyond Worlds podcast. This week we are back with the book club. I might say that every time we do it, but we are back with the book club.
So we are looking at Empire of Silence by Christopher Ruocchio. It's a very fun, very heavy sci-fi book. So come and join us.
Not in space.
Welcome back to the Beyond Worlds Book Club. I am Beyond Joe.
And I'm Stephen.
And today we are talking about Empire of Silence by Christopher Ruocchio. I did Google how to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Because that's quite a spelling. As you can see, I'm sure it's up on the screen there. But as we do now, before we get into our book review, and I'm sure everyone's dying for us to talk about this book, and we're going to tell you what our next book is going to be. We're going to front load it. So, Stephen, the next book, what is it?
It's a Royal Assassin, right? That's what I sent you, because there's 6 of these books, and they all got like names that are very similar. So my brain doesn't work like that. Second book of Farseer trilogy, first Farseer trilogy. Yeah, super excited. Favorite, like most heartfelt series for me. So more.
And that's Robin Hobb, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
this is the sequel to Assassin's Apprentice that we have already read.
So yeah, if you haven't read that book yet and you want to, give it a read and then listen to our podcast, because it exists. It's down there, ready to go.
I will tell you, the first book it's a very slow series altogether. Follows a guy from like the age of 5 up until like 60. So,
well, it's quite apt really, because Empire of Silence, it's very fitsy. It's very Robin Hobb-esque. It has that sort of similar vibe to it, where you're following someone from a very young age. It is quite as young. Yeah, we just skip quite quickly.
Is it? I thought we start when he was like early teens.
Well, yeah, I think there was a little bit when he was a little bit younger, and then he quite quickly, it's like, oh, now he's a teenager, and then he's a 20-year-old.
Because it is a lot. So, for those that have read anything of Robin Hood, it's written from Fritz's point of view, technically, but it's more. This is more from his point of view, if that makes sense.
Well,
this is actually more like reading a memoir.
Yes,
almost.
Well, it is, because he talks about points where he's like, I wasn't going to mention this part, and things like this. When he'll talk about someone will come up and he'll be like, and this person was so key to
something
the future
later down the line.
And that is a big sticking point some people might have. It's definitely not spoilers, but the book does constantly tell you what's going to happen at the end. So a little bit of that
sort of fourth wall breaking, a little bit.
Yeah, because
he is almost talking directly to you at those points.
Yeah, and he's going to make it. Like, it's like, no, already. I mean, yes, we know, because there's multiple books in the series, but
he's got plot armor.
Yes, he's got plot armor.
Like, he's writing the story.
Exactly.
So
and it's almost like, I think in the very first paragraph talks about how he's a destroyer of suns. He led armies. He's done this. He's done that.
His accomplishments.
It's like, and this is my story. So, I think there's about 6 or 7 books in the series as is, and they're not short books by any stretch of the imagination. What did you think?
It was good. It was a good book. Him talking to us threw me. It took me out of it at points. When I sort of take it more as like a fantasy memoir, it gels better with me that way. It was still good regardless, and it was very well written and everything, I thought. I went through it slowly to start with, and then just boom, was go. Yeah. It does feel... It feels like it was a trilogy.
Okay.
But this... So my comparison is going to be, this book in its entirety felt like the Farseer trilogy done.
Okay.
Like there was like 3 stories in there, wasn't there? There's the and the way the dynamic all works, but it also just felt so much like a prologue. Like it feels like stuff happened. It absolutely is. It's like this is the chapter 1 of his book. Not even chapter 1. This could be like a footnote by the scope of his life.
Because
he talks about being thousands of years old. And that would take us onto a bit of like a sciencey point for the film. Like they do freeze themselves for long periods of time with as far as we know so far, not many ill effects, I don't think. So apparently if that's how he's gotten to that age, he's not really human. He's human but not human.
He's not human.
No,
he's not birthed by a mother.
No,
but no one is anymore. Really, like
everyone's grown in a tank, and like your genes are super important. I think I might have said it to you while we were reading it. It feels like it's got a place in Dune's or Warhammer's mythology.
I was
like it really does feel like it, like a Warhammer book. Like he's got to be a big fan of Warhammer. Like there's no doubt, because their whole like faith system and everything is so like the freaking thingy of man. I don't know Warhammer very well, but it's like the Space Marine, like
to an extent. Anyway. What I found really interesting was the chapter, like you said. I didn't realize, and this is something that that they have specific likes and dislikes, and I missed out on a big part of that till the end of the book, and I was like, oh wait, that's what they're really against. Oh, okay. I didn't even pick up on it.
What was that?
So they are there's loads of different factions, right? And one of them is the Chantry. Yeah. They are of Earth, and they're like a very religious group. That's how they praise Earth, and they're very anti-technology. And like in especially in the sense of like combining technology with human biology. And I completely forgot about that. Just didn't even think about it till the end of the book. And then I was like, because something does happen at the end, and we'll talk about that. We'll backload the podcast with some spoilers, which maybe be like, okay. It's very much like religion controlling the masses, sort of thing.
Definitely. So, as the Imperium of Man, that's what they're called.
Yes. In Warhammer, is that?
Yeah. I just had to make that. I don't know,
but I found it a really nice sort of it wasn't hard sci-fi, where in the sense of like really, really key super scientific wording and things like this. But it was almost like a sci-fi fantasy. But I don't know, for example, there's certain swords that you see right at the end. They backload so much really cool stuff.
This is again one of the reasons it felt Dune-y to me, because they get like the same shields, right? That slow down. Shields in there. They kind of but same shields as like you have in Dune. They're good against fast moving stuff, but not against slow moving or piercing motions or something like that. I suppose bullets in space aren't a good thing, right? Like on a ship, you don't want to be firing metal around.
But that's something interesting, is that you're not ever really on ships in this book, and that I was surprised by the little amount of ships. I think we're probably maybe a chapter on a ship, which was out of a book that has 78 chapters. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, and like 700 pages, right? Yeah. But I mean, like the idea, like because they're fighting war, right? The book premise we haven't even gone into, but
we need to get into that a
bit. There's mankind have left Earth. Earth got fucked.
They don't know. They don't really talk about it. They just it's like a mystical place.
A little bit Battlestar.
Yes, yeah. Very good way of explaining it. Well done.
But I swear, like, right, I do vaguely recall right at the beginning him saying that the Earth had died or something. They used all the resources or something and fucked it.
But yeah, they also worship it and are trying to like. It's like a weird.
Because they think it's gonna come back. It's not like they've lost it.
Yes.
It was like they fucked it, and then they worship it as a god and control humanity, with the idea that it will come back, and because they managed to get to space, they are the rightful owners of everywhere.
Yes.
And on like the frontier, you could say, of their empire expansion, they run into this other spacefaring humanoid aliens. And this has happened a couple of times, I think, because there's a couple of other factions, aren't there? And they're ones that have like split off.
Well, there's only two spacefaring factions. So humanity thought that they were the only ones, and that the reason why that we never experienced any other alien life forms is because we were the most intelligent, we were the first.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of the chantry, the religious beliefs. But then they found how do you pronounce it? Silsin?
Yeah, I say Sealson. I didn't actually look at the dramatis or anything to get the name. But...
Let's just say that the pale Xenobites.
Oh, they're White Walkers in space.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they look
exactly
like
how I see them. Like they're like frost elves.
Yeah.
From space, they're like ships or castles and shit, like flying through space somehow.
It's nutsy.
And they're man eaters, or they will eat humans. Because it was fun. I like someone said they're cannibals, and like, well, maybe they are, but they're eating us. That doesn't make them cannibals. And someone actually corrected that point. I quite like that.
Yeah.
But there's the extrasolarians as well, right? And then they are Norman.
Yes. So extrasolarians are a branch of humanity who are in theory tech implanted. Like that was my understanding.
Mega tech implanted though, not like the lady doctor.
Yeah,
she only had a little bit, because there was her sort of faction as well, right?
Not Jadian, Travosi.
Yeah. The Jadians are like, I kind of just picture them as like Arabian-ish.
Yeah, like Spartans.
Like old school. Yeah, that as well. Like a kind of a mixture of the two. The sword dude, the guy that you mentioned with the sword, as soon as they described him, who were you thinking? Or did it not?
No, I was thinking so, but I don't know the name of the person.
Orin.
Who's Orin?
Final Fantasy X.
No. Oh yes, yeah. I saw pictures
because of the sleeve hanging and everything, and swords.
I
was just like, oh shit, it's Orin.
Yeah, there was someone else I was picturing, like someone from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't even know the character's name. But you know when you just picture someone. But I can't believe that we haven't even spoken about the main character in the book.
No, not really. There's a lot goes on.
But you follow Hadrian Marlowe.
Yes.
And he starts as Hadrian Marlowe.
Yes.
And he is a Palatine, which is like of the blood of the High Emperor. So that's the other weird thing about humanity now, is those in power, the reason why they're grown in tanks is because they can't have children, because they're all of the same bloodline. So they have to be genetically like fixed before they're had. So they're very tall, they're very handsome, they're very beautiful if they're women, they're perfect. They can't grow a beard. They've had their paws changed. Like, and that's why when we talk about being human,
they're not
like, but they think they are. And they think, you know what I mean? They look at themselves as human, and there's an interaction between, because they also make homunculi, so they're either sex slaves or they're bred for a certain thing. And then one of them does speak to Hadrian. He's like, "Oh, you're just like me," which really fucks him off.
Yeah.
And later on in the book, he's like, "Oh shit, he was right."
I am just one of them, just a better model. Oh, fuck. Hey,
it's
privilege of birth, right?
Like, what's nice is though that these people are stuck up. They're nasty. They are better. They think themselves better than everyone else. They think like, and Hadrian doesn't like this. He doesn't like the chantry. He doesn't like that. He wants to be a scholar. He wants to be like a pirate. He wants to be he wants to be Luffy.
Pirate.
He wants to be Luffy, but a space version of Luffy. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
If you don't know who I'm talking about there, Luffy from One Piece. He just wants to be free. He wants to
be a
explore
space pirate.
and adventure. And so he runs away because his dad decides that his younger brother will take over from him because he's clearly not fit for to reasons. Be a bad guy. Like, and unfortunately, his plans go awry. He ends up homeless, destitute, and learns about life like the hard way.
And it's fucked because the planet he lands on has got a gravity heavier than his home world, so everyone's used to this gravity. He's super slow and like almost weaker because his bone structure would be different to them.
Yeah,
right. They have denser bones and shit.
And cool. he gets fucked up for years and years until he meets someone who recommends Colosseum.
He meets her quite early, doesn't he?
Oh, and he does meet someone else, yeah. So he meets someone who recommends he goes to Colosseum. Then he meets a girl who is very much a street urchin.
Yeah.
But falls.
Yeah, they
only have each other. It's very sweet.
Yeah, it's a survival dynamic.
Yes,
but there was feelings there.
Definitely,
obviously.
Really beautiful. Description of their sort of time together. A highlight, I think, of some of the book.
It was that point that you messaged me again, wasn't it? You were like, it just gets darker again.
Yeah, it just keeps
like, I knew it. Up. As soon as I got there, I was like, this is that bit. Okay.
I know. I think it was even the point where, when he then goes to the Colosseum. He starts to fight to earn money. He's still, and the whole time he has to hide who he is because he's ran away, and if his father finds out, he's going to be killed or worse, turned into a torturer.
They think he's going to come. They're going to come and get him and send him to the church and start his training. And
he does end up getting found out. So we're now into spoiler territory. Let's just get there. He gets found out and
life gets flipped, turned upside down.
Yeah, so he becomes again a bit more of a noble, things like this. Again meets another woman who makes him think about life in a different way and gets to do a bit of archaeology, didn't he? Yeah, on the side, which is nice.
Yeah, he goes to some crazy ruins in the south area of the planet, which is normally flooded most of the year or something because they've got crazy rainfall. He goes to the lady doctor who's a xenologist. Because the humans aren't the first race on this planet. There are another species native to the planet, which are like these I kind of just think of them as hive mind jelly things with like tentacle arms. I couldn't really remember the description of them, but when we'll talk about them being like a huddled mass, I sort of saw like penguins, but like gloopier.
Yeah, see, I had like an image of like a rock monster. Like pink rock monsters with a mouth at the top, and then they just have things coming up. But again, that's the fun of these because they are in.
Because it doesn't describe them really.
And I don't. Hands up. I googled it. No, I couldn't even find a drawing.
Okay, cool. I don't know. They were just these weird things that didn't talk. They like vibrated at each other.
Yeah.
Well, was it before or during the expedition that one of them goes crazy and tries to kill the?
Oh, it's before, and it's not just one of them. The whole slave crew, because they're used as slaves, unfortunately, and they're not treated very nicely. Humanity does not treat anything that isn't human. Yeah, they enslave anything they can touch in this world. It's not nice. And
not if you say something bad about the church, like if you're high enough station, you can sort of like badmouth it a little bit, but heresy, bro, heresy everywhere.
Heretics.
Yeah, that's what made me think of the Imperium of Man.
But there is another character that is really key. Is a character called Gilliam, and that is like a human that has been birthed from one of the chantry, but like birthed instead of created in a tank, which means that it's unfortunately.
Excuse my language.
Yeah.
There's not really much other way to describe him.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's got like he's a hunchback,
gammy leg, pretty much the things that you can think of. He's got it,
and he's not nice though as well with it.
He's a prick.
He's a total ass. and there ensues a fight between him and Hadrian.
Yeah, eventually.
And
After
it's the first time Hadrian...
after a few standoffs, right?
Oh yeah, there's quite a few standoffs, and you keep seeing Hadrian like holding it back. This guy keeps calling him a peasant, despite Hadrian actually being much higher station than him, and it all being a secret and stuff. But that interaction between Gilliam and Hadrian and how that all ends up was really key to Hadrian as a character.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is very introspective. It's like he's almost considering those events as he's writing them again, like how they affected him a lot. Well, obviously, but it feels like he's going through them again. Almost, he's like the changes, not changes, but making him think again about all his past actions. Obviously, because he's writing about it, but
but the book sort of ends when the pale Xenobites, the White Warriors, the high frost elves,
before this
land onto thingy, doesn't it?
Yeah, but before this, he's told some super heresy, right? Because it's before that. Heresy. Yeah. Because the dig site is actually like 1 million years old.
Yeah, but it's all what's really unclear, right? Because they don't know what it's made of. Yeah, it looks like it is ages out of everything.
They think that the native populace could have made it. And it's like, nah, bro, look at them. There's no way they could have regressed this far in like. It's just not possible. And there's like no remains. There's nothing around this place. Nothing at all. But they figure some shit out. And isn't it that because it's before that they attack that he finds his way into the wall, right?
Well, yeah, so they don't even attack, but he does. He's sort of hunting through, isn't he? He's trying to look at this archaeological site and sees a corridor he's never seen before. And that's the point of like fantasy mysticism. That you're still like unsure if it was in his head, if it was real, but it's very Mass Effect. You've nailed it. It's very Mass Effect. Because we never find out in this book what that was.
No.
But it definitely plants some seeds because he's told it must be, and he's seeing a war, like an army of Sicilian, whatever they're called, Keklan. Which the book creates a lot of questions, and it kept me wanting to know more. But then at that site, at the archaeological site, a crew of the pale aliens crash lands, and they sort of scurry into the ruins. And you sort of what we said there, the attack force, and that's what it is seen as. And it turns out it's not. It's just some guys going to pray. It's really sad, man. They don't think that there's humans. They don't know that there were humans on the planet. They just came to, in theory, somewhere where they've come before, somewhere where they've worshipped. But how do they know it's here? Why? How would they?
Well, they didn't.
It's so many questions.
Well, I mean that's sort of answered in the book though, because that stuff's on their home planet, right? Or
but that doesn't.
And they were just an expeditionary force to look for more remnants and see if they can track down the people, track down their gods or whatever. It was there was an attack like out in the system by them just beforehand.
No, because that was explained that it was never an attack. What happened was they sort of jumped in and then they got blown to shit.
Oh
and then they looked at the things. They're like, oh, they didn't even have guns. Like these forces, they didn't come. They were a research. They were basically an archaeological team.
They were like a pilgrimage. They were like a pilgrimage. But I mean, from the perspective of the book, arguably it doesn't really matter because they are sort of the villains. They're not. They are.
Yeah. Well, this is it.
They're portrayed as the villains.
I would argue
by the propaganda.
From my perspective, reading the book, humanity is far more of a villain than these pale aliens.
Oh, I mean, humanity. I know it maybe seems out of necessity. We don't know either way, but they are eating people, right? I get it. Yeah, but eating your enemies is like.
If we were fighting cow warriors, would we not make burgers?
You wouldn't.
Just saying. I wouldn't. Yeah, but I mean, I'm
Why?
one of the weird.
I've got a real cow. I'm not chopping that person up, bro.
Yeah, in space, man. What are you going to eat? Space carrots? If you're on a space voyage and you've got loads of meat bags coming at you, I'd eat a meat bag. As I said, I would, if I was on an island and I couldn't find any carrots, I'd eat whatever animal was there. It's necessity, man. But that's how I saw it anyway. Although there is a point where they definitely don't do it out of necessity. There's one of so they capture these guys and he has to interrogate them, because something about Hadrian that we haven't touched on is he's a linguist.
Yeah,
he can talk and
a special connection to languages.
I love that. I love language, and the way he talked about it was so magical. Yeah, what's weird is looking back on the book after I finished it, because I really, really, really like this book. I cannot wait to read more. Looking back, I'm like, well, what happened? What did I discover? And it was just a series of things that happened.
Yeah.
Well, stuff happened. But he was at the Colosseum. He was, but like nothing big. When
you think about it on the scale of his life and the other things that he mentions in the book, nothing fucking happened.
No, exactly that.
Like, it is constantly like partway, like he'll be halfway through a paragraph and then all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, and I did this crazy, crazy other thing. But I'm not going to talk about that now. You what, bruv? What? Don't tell me that. He's constantly going on about eating a sun or destroying a sun. I'm like, is this going to be one of those things where the legend is like, because he talks about it a lot from other people's perspective of how they see him. It doesn't feel like he says it from how he sees himself. So I'm wondering if like he led the crew that blew up a sun or something, or like we don't know the scope of abilities and anything. No, there's world building, but there's no world building. Like,
it is exciting. That's the thing, because it is I
definitely want to read more.
I'll say, because that's my next thing.
Absolutely.
I wanted to ask you two things. So I wanted to first of all ask if you wanted to read more. So that's great. I'm with you there. Second bit, something I want to try and throw in at the end of all of these. If I had to just top of your head, so please don't worry too much. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be the correct answer. Favorite bit of the book?
I would go probably like maybe first Colosseum bit.
Yeah, that's me too.
Just because he's like, yeah, I don't know, Gladiator, bro.
Yeah,
I like Gladiators. So if you put something in a Colosseum, I'm like, oh, cool, that's a sweet bit. So that's just like an offhand, like, yeah.
I think bit. As well.
If I thought about it more, there'd probably be some other bit. But yeah, Colosseum, just because I like Gladiators a lot.
It's also the first part of the whole book where it's been like sad. He's got some friends. Things are going okay. You can see a way out. He's making money. He's starting to talk about getting a shit. Like, things could be turning for him. So it's just the first point where I think it just uplifts a bit, and that I really enjoyed. And again, switch, like the characters that he made, these friendships that he made, who he does end up getting to be his crew at the end of the book, which is really, really cool. I love how it worked out for them.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there was any like other cool specific bit, but it kind of wasn't. It was just like, yeah. Or maybe like for the deep introspection of and the after effects of him killing Gillingham, and that being the first kill, because he's like horrified with himself.
Oh, he's messed up. Yeah.
That to me was very remnant of Fitz. Yeah. And I appreciated that he didn't just kill someone, it'd be the first one, and then just brush it off.
No, totally.
9 people out of 10 don't. And although they're not, it's a different setting or whatever, it's good to look at that.
And it shows, well, we say this, he might have actually killed someone before.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
But I don't think his dad would have let him off. I don't think he would have just cut him off. I think at that point he would have gone and got him. I think.
Yeah.
But I suppose as well, if space travel is like real space travel and like you gotta get frozen, he might have gone before, but the message would have been sent like, keep my fucking kid there, I'm kind of fucking getting me killed. But then again, he might just make a new one.
This is the weird thing. Children in this world, they're not loved. They're possessions.
Yeah.
It's a different.
Yeah,
how you carry on your genealogy. They're not about. It's all about you. But yeah, exciting stuff. Well, I'm very excited about reading more about Fitz, especially as I said off the back of this one. I think it'll be a little while before maybe I recommend the next book in this series, but I'm very much looking forward to it. I really like Hadrian as a character, and I wanna follow his story and see what happens. I'm a bit bemused about what can fill the next 7 books, but we'll find out. Like,
I mean, there's like thousand plus years to cover, right? So you can't be asleep for all of it.
Yeah, fair.
And extended lifespans anyway, right? So
no, indeed.
Who knows?
Who knows? Well,
he's got to get good with that sword as well, right? Because you got to give him that super sweet like mega sword at the end.
You mean the lightsaber?
Yeah, exactly. There's lightsabers.
But it's a lightsaber sword, and that's what makes it even more special. Because whatever way he turns it, the blade turns in like the direction. It's so clever. But yeah, it's a lightsaber. Yeah. He's nicked a lot of stuff. There's shields from Dune, lightsabers. There's a lot of sci-fi lore. If you like sci-fi, there's a lot to like in this book.
Yeah, it's Dune, it's Warhammer, it's maybe we'll get to Star Wars because this maybe just felt like a shitty Star Wars planet. This is like Tatooine with rain.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Kind of like a little bit. Oh well. Next book.
If you've read this one, then please do let us know what you think down in the comments. If you want to read it based off what we've said, let us know down in the comments. Funnily enough, just leave stuff in the comments. We'll appreciate it. Is there anything you want to say before we say goodbye, Stephen?
I love you all. Because if you've made it this far, then you deserve the love. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So until next time, I've been John Joe.
And I'm Stephen.
And thanks for joining us.
In space. Or not space. We weren't in space we weren't in space on Mud Planet.